L'chaim, l'chaim. There's a story told of a girl brings home her fiance to meet her parents. Of course, the mother says to the father, you know, go inside in another room and find out what he's all about. So, of course, the question goes, how are you going to support my daughter? He says, God will provide. I'm sure you all know it. And then the next question, you have to buy a home. He said, God will provide. You have to buy a ring. God will provide. Everything is God will provide. He goes back to the wife and says, you know, there's some good news and some bad news. The bad news is that he doesn't have a clue what it means to get married. But the good news is he thinks I'm God. I'm sure that happened though, right? No, Moshe Chaim is sufficient in his own. Please God for many happy, healthy years. We are gathered here today to pay our last respects. Sorry, wrong beginning. No, the truth is to pay our last respects to single life. From here on, you're not independent, you have a dependent. Kitzeitze la milchama, it's the first verse of this week's portion. Kitzeitze la milchama, when you go out to war. Sorry, wrong reference for a marriage. All jokes aside, we're here to celebrate an engagement. And the ceremony that we are about to do dates back to the time of the Talmud. In the Talmud it brings down that what took place was first we had a erusin or kedushin, which was betrothal, and then a year later we had what was called the chuppah. It was marriage ceremony. I know they are waiting a year, so that part they're doing right. So first you have the erusin and kedushin, which in a way they were considered married, but not married. And because this brought about so many complications and so many restrictions, the rabbis came along and said, you know what, scrap it. It doesn't work, it brings a lot of problems. So they decided to scrap it. But the tradition of such a ceremony still applies today. And that is done in the form of a kinyan, which we were about to do. Many people use different words to describe the ceremony today. You have some people say, by the way, you're invited to my house, I'm making tanoim tonight. Tanoim means condition. The bride and groom, each one gives their conditions to say that I will be loyal and so on and so forth. But there is no there is no condition contract, the shtar hatanoim, and there are no witnesses that sign this contract. Therefore, the obligation and the restrictions don't apply, but in order to remember the ceremony, we do what is called a kinyan, which we will do in a second. You have also people called the ceremony, you come to a Vort. A Vort means a word. It's a Yiddish word for word. I'm giving my word, so to speak. So the bride and groom, each one give their word to be loyal and so on and so forth. But today we're going to do a ceremony which is called a kinyan. A kinyan which is demonstrating that although there is no shtar, there is no document, but we are doing something, we're doing a physical act which tells us that they mean what they say, that they are saying they're giving their word to each other. Before we do the kinyan, and after the kinyan, what we have is called we break the plate. The two mothers break the plate. Now, of course, we all know in the midst of joy, we remember the destruction of the temple. Something closer to home, we remind ourselves of those less fortunate than us. So we break a plate to remind us of those people too. Please God, may they also celebrate such occasions. Normally, it's a Jewish tradition. When something takes place, we like to look deeper into what is going on. And the way we do it is we make up gematriot. Gematriot is the numerical values that link things with each other to indicate the authenticity of what is going on. So, if we take the name Moshe Chaim, a very quick calculation, you have 430. When you take Chana ben Yamina, you have 240. When you take the last name, which please God they will share for many happy, healthy years, Goldsobel, you will have 211. When you add up all those three, you have 864. Now if you add up 8 plus 6 plus 4 is 18. Now of course, it's not by divine, it's by divine providence that we are celebrating today the 5th of Elul, Tafshin Ayin Daled, which adds up to 846. 8 plus 4 plus 6 is 18. By the way, the number between the two are also
18.
So here we have 18, which is Chai, which is life, and we only bless him with life and happiness and health and success in all that you do. It is indeed a privilege, Moshe Chaim, that I've known you since you were born. By the way, no secrets is going to be tough. I've known you since you were born. It is an honor and a privilege to see you here today. So happy. Together with your brothers and sisters, your father and your mother. And this is the one time as a chaplain to a hospital, when I was one time talking about hospital, there's one time I say, may this be contagious. And contagious means that the rest of your family should follow suit. Please God, sooner than later. I want to give you a bracha. I'd like to bless you with every wish and every dream that you wish yourself, Zelda and I wish you, and every blessing that you receive tonight and beyond should be fulfilled in the fullest measure. Should be fulfilled in the fullest measure, and may you continue to go from strength to strength in all your endeavors, together with Chana, and may we merit only meeting up on Simchas always. And we merit the ultimate simcha, which is the marriage between us and the Almighty. As we are in the month of Elul, as you know, the acronym of Elul is Ani L'Doidi L'Doidi Li, I am to my beloved is to me. I'm sure you said that to, I'm sure many times, and please God you should say it many times, for many happy, healthy years. And the joy that you find yourself today should last you for many happy, healthy years. Even paying your mortgage, paying all your bills, you should still smile. But that's a bonus. That's a plus. Please God bless you with everything you need. Only good. We're now going to ask Moshe Chaim to come over. He's going to now act as a tradition. He's going to lift this up. Now, before we say there are no witnesses here, there are no shtar, there is no document. It's just a tradition to show that we are remembering the ceremony that was done so many years ago. Lift it up. And I'm going to ask Chana to come along and do the same thing. Here we believe in equality, by the way. Lift up. Lift up. Brilliant. So, l'chaim, l'chaim. May I ask the two mothers to come and break the plate? In one go. Don't hurt your fingers.